When I was a lawyer, I used to, as a young lawyer, did a lot of corporate securities work. I worked with very difficult New York City attorneys, and from my experience, there are no other kinds of New York City attorneys. And every deal, at some point, I'd find myself locked in the bathroom stall saying the Serenity Prayer. And you know how it goes. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I can't change, to change the things that I can, and the wisdom not to stab this fool in the parking lot. That's at least how I learned it. And I want to tell you that there is some wisdom to that prayer. Accepting the things that I cannot change. Let me tell you the thing you can't change. Anybody else. And we have to learn to accept that people are who they are. They were who they were before they met us. They're going to be who they were after we're gone. And we have to learn to accept it and compensate for them not being the articles of perfection that we each personally are. And here's what I mean by this. I'll give you an example. I live in Arizona. And as you would imagine, if you live in a place that's 115 degrees for 6 months a year and you have children, you must have a pool in your backyard. It's the law. Look it up. Now, we just comply with the law, just not by the spirit, but the letter. So we have a very, very tiny pool. It's a little tiny pool. But we do that. And our house is very popular in the summer because all of our neighbors don't follow the law so closely. And so we open the pool every summer. And by summer, I mean about February 1st. By February 1st, we open the pool and I sit down and I give the kids a speech. Now, if you're a parent, you know the speech I'm talking about. The Do Not Pee in Mr. Carter's Pool speech. It's a good speech and it comes in a little under 3 hours. About 2:58 I got it down to. And for years I gave this talk to the kids and not once did I ever notice the kids frolicking and playing and then one of them saying, hold on, time out, getting out of my pool, drying off, going in the house, coming back, jumping in the pool, time in. What have those kids been doing? They've been peeing in my pool. I accept that now. I'm not going to argue with people for stuff they're not going to do anymore. So what I do is I accept it and I act accordingly. I now chlorinate my pool to the maximum allowable legal limit. If you even drive by my house, your eyes will get a little red. When I give a speech now, I encourage the kids to pee in the pool to cut some of the chlorine. See, I'm not fighting people about stuff they're going to do anyway. In lawyer parlance, in your jobs, the same thing should apply. Not about peeing in the pool, but about the fact that don't fight people about stuff they're going to do anyway. You have a client who's always 10 minutes late to the meeting, that's your fault. You shouldn't tell them the right time. You know that fool is not going to be on time. My wife doesn't even tell me the right date for events anymore. Nope. I showed up last year for a doctor's appointment 1 day early. Yeah, you heard that right, day early. Now the irony is I was so late in the day, they ended up taking me. It was closer to tomorrow anyway by the time I got there. But the bottom line is I want to encourage you to not fight people about stuff they're going to do anyway.